bakit kailangan mong matuto mag-save? May mga kilala kasi ako, pag kinakausap ko tungkol sa pera nila, ang sinasabi nila ay hindi aaral na lang ako kung paano magnegosyo, kung paano mag-invest, kasi sayang daw yung pera nila sa bangko. Kasi maliit lang daw yung interest ng savings account. So hindi sila nagbibigay ng focus sa pagsisave. Ang time and energy nila talagang nakatutok sa paghahanap ng magandang investment. So, para sa akin, that's good, but it's always better to learn how to save first. And I will show you the reason why. In recent years, as more and more people seek financial advice from me, I've come to realize one important lesson about saving and investing. And that is, it's better to maximize the amount that you save first before optimizing your investment returns. Truth be told, people ask me, what's the best investment? More often than how to save more money. There's nothing wrong with looking for the best investment, and you should. But if you really want to grow your wealth fast, then your initial focus should be to maximize the amount you save every month. In other words, save more money first so that you can invest more. Don't obsess about finding the best investment at the start. Do that later. So again, yung mga kakilala ko, talagang hanap ng magandang investment. Sabi ko sa kanila, may naipon ka na naman eh. Just invest kung ano yung accessible sa'yo. Just invest where it is convenient. And then, try to go back to your spending, to your budget. See how much you can really save every month so that you can invest more. Once you have optimized yung iyong spending habits and you are really saving a lot every month, then that's how you transition towards a better investment, an investment with higher returns. Pero hindi eh. Kalimitan and siguro impulse na rin talaga ng tao, gusto talaga nila hanapin muna yung magandang investment. And then once na mahanap na nila yung magandang investment, saka sila nag-iisip kung paano mas maraming pera na ilalagay doon. So, nauuna muna yung paghahanap ng magandang investment versus kung paano i-maximize yung savings. It should be the other way around, and I will show you an illustration. Let me tell you a story about two friends. Yung first one, si Sally. And si Sally, meron siyang sweldo na 30,000 pesos a month. And then, ang monthly savings niya ay 5,000 pesos. Meaning, doon sa 30,000 na sweldo niya, 25,000 lang yung nagagastos niya. Yung 5,000 talagang ina-allocate niya for savings. Yung kaibigan niya, si Ivy, ganun din yung sweldo niya. 30,000 pesos a month. Pero medyo mas magastos si Ivy. Si Ivy, 27,000 pesos yung nagagastos niya. So, ang savings niya ay 3,000 pesos per month lang. Si Sally, isa siyang magaling na saver. And she's also a regular investor. Sally puts her monthly savings in an investment that earns 5% annually. Yung nasisave niya every month na 5,000 pesos, nilalagay niya sa isang investment that earns 5% per annum. Ngayon si Ivy. Ivy is a regular saver but a good investor. Mas magaling mag-invest si Ivy. She puts her monthly savings in an investment that earns 10% annually. So si Ivy, mas maliit yung nasisave niya every month, 3,000 pesos. Pero, nailalagay niya yung 3,000 pesos per month sa isang magandang investment na 10% per annum ang kinikita. Diba? Times 2, si Sally, 5% per annum lang yung investment niya. Pero si Ivy, 10% per annum. If both Sally and Ivy invest their monthly savings dun sa investment na napili nila, who would have more money after 20 years? So kung titingnan natin yung mangyayari sa pera ni Sally, by the start of the year, syempre nag-ipon muna siya, 5,000 pesos times 12 months. that's 60,000 pesos per year. So for the next 20 years, mag-i-invest ng 60,000 pesos per year si Sally. At yung investment na yon, that will earn 5% per annum growth. So if we look at the computation, by year 20, meron na siyang 2.143 million. Si Ivy, kamusta kaya? Si Ivy, by the end of the 20th year, magkakaroon siya ng 2.3 million. In short, mas maraming pera si Ivy, no? Si Ivy na magaling mag-invest, na nag-save ng 3,000 pesos per month, and nilalagay niya yung investment sa isang asset that earns 10% per annum. By end of 20 years, meron siyang 2.3 million. Mas malaki kaysa kay Sally. Kahit na 36,000 pesos per year lang yung ini-invest niya. Kasi 3,000 pesos per month times 12, 36,000 pesos. Pero I want you to observe something. If you compare yung year-on-year growth ng pera nila, mapapansin mo na nag-overtake si Ivy only on the 18th year. What I mean is, at the end of the first year, yung pure savings pa lang sila, mas malaking savings si Sally, di ba? 60,000 pesos versus sa 36,000 pesos ni Ivy. After a year, na-invest na yon, tapos nakapagdagdag na ulit sila ng investment, si Sally, meron na siyang 123,000 pesos. So yung 60,000 pesos ng unang taon, kumita ng 5%, dadagdagan ng 60,000, so naging 123,000 pesos. Si Ivy, nakapag-ipon ng 36,000, kumita ng 10%, mas mataas kasi yung investment ni Sally eh. Tapos dinagdagan niya ulit ng 36,000 pesos. So meron na siyang 75,600. So mas malaki yung pera ni Sally kaysa kay Ivy, 123,000 versus 75,600. The year after, meron ng 189,000 pesos si Sally. Si Ivy, merong 119,000. So, mas malaki yung pera ni Sally for the next 18 years. On the 18th year, meron ng si Sally, 1,832,000. And si Ivy, finally, siya ngayon yung mas maraming pera. 1,841,000. So imagine niyo yun, just because mas magaling mag-save si Sally, mas malaki yung sinisave niya, kahit na half lang yung kinikita ng investment niya, siya yung mas malaking value ng investment for 18 years. And na-overtake lang siya ni Ivy on the 18th year. Para sa akin, hindi naman kasi ganito yung reality. Kung magkaibigan sila, syempre sasabihin ni Ivy, uy, ba't dyan ka na nag-i-invest? Dito ka mag-invest sa kung saan ko nilalagay yung pera ko kasi mas mataas dito. So, what I'm trying to say is, I'm very sure in the next 18 years, itong si Sally, hindi niya papabayaan yung pera niya doon sa 5% per annum growth lang. Kasi eventually, makaka-discover siya ng an investment with better returns, or gagawin nga ni Ivy, sasabihan niya yung kaibigan niya na si Sally, dito ka na lang sa 10% maglagay. And if that happens, just imagine kung gaano kalaki yung magiging lamang ni Sally over kay Ivy. Sasabihin lang ni Ivy kay Sally na, o dito ka na mag-invest 10% lang. So anong gagawin ni Sally? Next month, doon na siya mag-i-invest doon sa 10% per annum. Pero pag sinabi ni Sally kay Ivy na kung gusto mo mas malaki yung investment return mo, kailangan lakihan mo yung ini-invest mo. So itong si Ivy na nagsisave ng 3,000 pesos per month, hindi ganon kadali, or it will not be instant na 5,000 yung may invest niya or mas malaki. Kasi kailangan niyang balikan yung budget niya, kailangan niyang pag-aralan yung kanyang spending habits para ma-maximize niya yung i-invest niya every month. And that will take time. Sabihin na natin 2-3 months bago siya makapag-adjust ng lifestyle kasi gusto niyang makapag-invest ng mas malaking pera. Unlike si Sally, instant next month, doon na kagad siya mag-invest doon sa mas mataas ang returns. This is the reason why saving money or maximizing the money that you save every month is more important than trying to look for the best investment out there. I hope yung illustration natin will help you realize that dapat mas malaki yung energy na ginagamit natin sa pagpapalaki nung nai-invest natin every month, maximizing our monthly savings and investments rather than using a lot of our energy in looking for the best investment. It's important to save and invest. The best way to build your wealth is to maximize your savings and put the money in an investment that gives high returns. Do both if you can. However, results come faster if you focus on one goal. And if you must choose, then you should maximize your savings first. And this doesn't only mean trying to lower your expenses or managing your spending. You can also find ways to increase your cash flow, maybe even building multiple sources of income so that you can save more and consequently invest more money. Invest where it is convenient first, even if the returns are lower than what you hope to get. What's important is that you are investing while you're focused on maximizing your savings rate. Once you can save a significantly good amount of money regularly, then that's the time that you should shift your focus towards studying and eventually putting your money on investments that give higher returns.